Apparently all this time, I was underexposed. That looks... I kind of like it a little bit brighter. We like this? This looks better, right? Because I'm actually, like, bright. Go figure. Silly, silly me. Hello everybody, it's Rebecca here at Y Mermaids, and a month or two ago I made a video that was all of the series that I'm currently smack dab in the middle of. So today I figured I would do all of the series that I have finished, that are like completed series, and I am done with them. Read them all. And then I'll do another video in the future, probably in the next week or two, of all the series that I'm caught up on, but that have not been finished, like published yet, and all the series that I decided to put down. There aren't very many of those, so I'm gonna smush them together into one video, but there are like 15 or so series today that I have finished, so let's get into them. So, yeah. The first ones I'm going to do are ones that I don't actually have physical copies of. And we're going to start out with the Legend Trilogy by Marie Lu. I finished all 3 of these, and I love them. They were pretty good, and I actually do need to buy them. I just haven't done it yet. Next series is the Matched series by Ali Condi, which I got sucked into it when I read it, and then in retrospect, I'm not sure why, because it wasn't that great, but at the time, I was like all about that series for like a week, and then I finished it, and I was like, oh, never mind. The next one is the Divergent Trilogy by Veronica Roth. I really liked the first book. I had some problems with it, but I was like, you know what, it's really fun, it's different, I like it. And then the second book happened, and I was like, meh. And then the third book happened, and I wish I had never read it. And the other one that I finished that I have physical copies of, they're just at school. I don't have them with me. And that is the Twilight series. All 4 of them, I was obsessed. I read them all over the course of like the summer before the 4th one came out, and I was obsessed. I was a twihard for a time being there. I'm not ashamed. You know what? It was a really great time of my life for like that certain time period. And it opened a lot of doors for me because I was living in LA at the time, and I bonded with people, right? Yes, Twilight. The next one is, of course, the Harry Potter series. I am currently in the middle of a reread of this series. I'm on The Goblet of Fire, which is book 4. I'm showing you the final book in all of the series, by the way, if you didn't figure that out. And this one is, obviously the newer edition, the 15th anniversary ones. I've read this series multiple times all the way through, and I love it every time I read it, and I'm currently, like I said, in the middle of another reread, and I'm still loving it, because it is freaking awesome and the best series in the world. The next one, I'm not really sure if you'd consider it a series or not, but it's multiple books packed into one, and that is The Once and Future King by T.H. White. This is technically it's 3 books in one, but they compiled it into one, so I'm saying it for this list because I can. It's my channel, it's my rules, yo. The next one I actually only own the first copy of on paperback or hardback or physical copy. The other 2 I own on Kindle, so I'm gonna show you the first one, and that is Wool, the Silo Saga by Hugh Howey. This one is a dystopian series. Not a lot of people know about it, that's why I'm giving you a quick synopsis. And this is basically about an underground silo, which is underground. It's a big, giant, like, tunnel-y thing, and they all live in it, and they can't go above ground because they'll die because of the air. And it's really interesting and unique, and I really, really, really liked it. And so this series is really cool, and I recommend it if you haven't read it. Anyway, and yeah, I finished this one, the Silo Saga. Next up, no surprise, is the Hunger Games Trilogy by Suzanne Collins. I really liked the first one. I liked the second one a lot too. The third one was not my cup of tea, but the movies are doing a really good job at making me like it a little bit more. And I've read the first book multiple times, the second and third one maybe 2 or 3 times. So again, this is another series that I've read a couple times. Next up is the King Raven Trilogy by Stephen Lawhead. This is a Robin Hood retelling. The first book is Hood, the second one's Scarlet, and the third one is Tuck, named after 3 of the main characters of the Robin Hood gang. You know, you know, it's pretty cool. I like it. So, yeah. Coming in next is the series that I most recently finished, and that is the Interworld trilogy by Neil Gaiman, Michael Reeves, and Mallory Reeves. And this is a sci-fi, young adult / middle grade series trilogy about a kid who can like walk between different dimensions and worlds, and it's pretty good for that. So, yeah. Happy 10-year anniversary to Percy Jackson and the Lightning Thief, and I finished that series, Percy Jackson and the Olympians by Rick Riordan, and this again is the last Olympian. This is the final book in that series. I've not finished the second series of Percy Jackson, but this one I have finished, and I'm looking forward to doing a reread quite soon, because I kind of miss it, and it's been a while since I've read it. 2 left. And no surprise, The Lord of the Rings makes it onto this list by J.R.R. Tolkien. And again, this is just another really great classic fantasy series trilogy that everybody should read at least once in their life, or at least watch the movies, but I recommend reading them too, because they're really good. And finally, last but not least, I am including The Chronicles of Narnia by C.S. Lewis. This is all the books in one. It's a big giant omnibus, and it's so good. I love it. I love it. Chronicles of Narnia is like what Harry Potter is to me, Chronicles of Narnia is to my mom, except for she's not quite as like obsessed as I am. Like, she doesn't have a tattoo or anything. She just really liked it growing up. But anyway, Chronicles of Narnia is really great. It's been a long time since I've read this series as well, and so I would like to do that again somewhat soon. Maybe, kind of, sort of, probably, eventually. Well, that's it. I have read a total of 13 series from start to finish, all of the books in it, at least that I can think. I mean, I don't know. Maybe when I was a kid, I read like all the Berenstain Bears, but I don't know. I'm not including that. So 13, it's not really as high of a number as it should be, as I'd like it to be, and I'm in the middle of like a ginormous amount, and you can watch that video. So I'd like, by the end of the year, hopefully I'll have at least upped that number by 1 or 2 more, but we'll see. So let me know down in the comments below what your favorite series is that you have read all the way through. And stay tuned probably next week for the final installment in this like series of series. And that's it for me today. I'll see you next time.